We have the Cowboys and the Browns. So Cleveland and Dallas squaring off here. Cleveland favored by 2.5. The over under is 40.5. Thoughts on this one?
I'm taking Cleveland by field goal. Just again, the Cowboys typically struggle during road season openers, and really, it's just they're a little clunky, right? Um, the CD being gone for so much of it, yes, there's going to be time. Again, the Browns secondary might be the best secondary in the league with the trio of guys that they have. Um, I'm going to take Cleveland by a field goal. I think we find a way to get over this though. Like it wouldn't surprise me if it was, um, you know, 21-17 maybe something like that, just to kind of. Well, I guess it need to be more than that. Do 20 like 23-20, I guess is what I'm looking for, right? Over the 40 in Cleveland. So it should have some points, right? Defensive rush, speed of the game, that type of thing. But I think Cleveland's defense is going to give Dak a hell of a hard time too. And I think you could just as easily see Dak with 2 or even 3 turnovers in this game as you do with Dak having that many touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that I really kind of torn on. And kept kind of going back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to lean on Dallas to cover this thing, more so because I think this is going to be a 2-point game, 1-point game. Like I think this is going to come down to the very last play, and we're going to see
Little
somebody.
2021 action.
Yes, like a missed field goal at this point could change the game, type of thing. Like I think this is going to be incredibly tight. This is a matchup that I'm really excited to be able to watch this weekend. The over again. This is one of those that the over just seems so low that I would like to believe that some of these higher powered offenses, even though right, like there's all of these things that could lead to a butt in there. I do think that we're going to see the over, and I think we're going to see it get there, just on the barely over. But yeah, again, like I really do think this one could be a 23-22, a 21 type of matchup, a 22-20 type of matchup. Like this is going to be incredibly tight on this one, and it will be lower scoring, but I do think we get just over. One of the props I really liked has to go with the fact that, right, like we haven't seen CeeDee Lamb really, throughout training camp, did a lot of sitting out, has been on a workload management type of deal as they try and gear up for it and all of the things there, to the point where I'm not buying that we're not going to see CeeDee Lamb go under 84.5 receiving yards in this one.
There you go. I'm taking Zeke over 9.5 carries. Like I feel
I
like
like that one.
I feel like that's a low enough number. You could see him with 3 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. Right? Like I don't feel like that's completely out of the realm of possibilities as the Cowboys try and stay balanced. They try and figure out what this run game's actually going to look like. We've heard this noise of Rico Dowdle, but Rico Dowdle, if the Cowboys get inside the 5-yard line, you figure Zeke's getting at least 2 carries inside the 5 if the Cowboys can get in there. So that takes up, a fifth of what I need him to get. So it just seems too low. If this was 10.5, I might pivot a little bit. And if it was 11.5, I might be going on the under. But 9.5 for some reason seems to be like a sweet spot where I think he'll get to 10.
Right. Yeah, I think we could see him with double digit carries.